Hello and welcome to another one of D's ADD videos. Today we're going to be looking at a few basic examples of inverses and hopefully you can get the idea on how to work these. These aren't too bad. So let's look at this example first. Again, the steps are to switch x and y and then solve for y. So here if I switch x and y, I end up with x equals 4y plus 5. Subtract 5 from both sides in order to get it to the other side. It's just solving an equation at this point. And when I do that, I end up with x minus 5 equals 4y. And then the 4 is multiplied to the y, so divide it on both sides. And then there's your inverse, x minus 5 over 4 plus y. Alright? You can check your inverse. I will go through that video I will go through that concept on another video, so I'm sorry it's getting late. I've been doing a lot of these videos. Alright, let's look at this next example here. We have y equals x minus 3 squared plus 5. Subtract 5 on both sides. Or actually, we got to switch x and y first. So we have x equals y minus 3 squared plus 5. So we're trying to get to this y here. So how's this 5 connected to the y? It's added. So what's the opposite of added? Subtraction. And then you square root both sides, because the opposite of the square right here is a square root. And when you square root the left side, you have to put a plus or a minus there. And then the only thing left to do is to add this 3, because it's the only thing left on the same side as the y. And your final answer would be, I'm going to squeeze it off to the right here, 3 plus or minus square root of x minus 5. Okay. Let's look at another one. Here we have a cube root function. Well, how do we do that? We'll start out the same way. Switch x and y. And then solve for y. The opposite of cube root is cubing both sides. And then subtract that 1. We're all done. Okay. You might see the inverse written as f of x raised to the negative 1. So don't be alarmed if you see that. That means inverse. And then finally, we're going to look at this one. So if we switch x and y, this one actually is easier than the last one. Should have switched the order, huh? Let's divide both sides by negative 1. And then square both sides to get rid of that square root. Yeah, this should have been problem number 3, and the other one should have been problem number 4. It's okay though. Oops. Let's switch back over. All right. So I hope that's gotten your foot in the door to find the inverses. They get a lot more complicated than this on some of them, so but not too far or too much more complicated. So make sure you practice, practice, practice. Check out the more advanced inverse examples, and thank you and have a nice day.